The following program is rated D for dumb.
Thank you, Harry. I greatly appreciate that. That is Harry, the AI voice supplied by Linda Irwin from Awesome Insanity Surfers, found here on Spreaker. Hey, it's 5:57 in the morning. It's December 16th. It's freezing out. Let's go for a drive.
9 o'clock, I'm bored to death. Smoke so much I can smell my own breath. My baby left me, my best friend's not at home. Can't get that woman off my mind. I've never been the brooding kind, but there's still one thing makes me come alive. Yeah, I'm gone for a drive.
The following podcast is rated D for dumb. You're listening to Dumbing It Down with Dave, the fastest podcast on earth. Listen to Dave commute to and from work on the New York State Thruway in his 2008 Kia Rio LX. He talks about pragmatism, truth, happiness, and the search for it all. Join Dave as he asks and tells you how life ought to be. And now, here's Dave.
All right. Thank you, Alex. Alex Exum, ALEXEXUM.com. Bringing me the intro for the last 4 to 5 years. Hey guys, you ready to dumb it down? That's good. Let's go for a drive. Let's dumb it down. Let's talk about pragmatism, truth, happiness, and the search for it all during my commute to and from work, sometimes in the Kia Rio. And today, this morning, it is in the Dodge Caravan. See? C-A-R-E, the Grand Caravan. I am... It is now it's 5:59 in the morning. It's freezing out. It's dark out. The sun hasn't even come up yet. I am going home early, much earlier than normal, but I also started about 2 hours early than I normally do. That was part of the plan because tonight, the night of the 16th, is supposed to be a big nor'easter, the first one of 2020. Or was it the last one of 2020? Well, it all depends on how you look at it, you know. But no, this winter season, let's put it that way. I once emailed a weatherman, and because it had snowed like in October or November or something like that. I think it was Bob Kovacic up here in the Albany area. And I said, hey, if it snows in October or November, do you add that to the totals from last year? Like, is the snow year from January 1 to December 31st? He goes, no. It's from the winter. It's the winter season. So every season. So you start in like now it'll be 2020 and it finishes in 2021. You know, like March or April, whatever. You know, whatever until it stops snowing. So in case you didn't know that, now you know. I think that's pretty much universal, according to Bob Kovacic of NBC Weather here in Albany, is that whatever snow happens tonight is the first measurable snow of the year, and whenever's the last snow in March or April or May or June, that's the last of it, and then they don't count anymore. The next year will start all over again. Okay, there you go. Fascinating weather stuff, Dave. You really educate the people. It's fantastic what you do. No, it's just something that was on my mind. So yeah, we're supposed to get a big nor'easter. I'm on my way home early because I started early, and that was all part of the plan. And I'm hoping that these guys the company that I work for, make some arrangements so we don't have to go on to Long Island and Newark, New Jersey, and because it's supposed to be like double-digit snow. It's supposed to be 1 inch per hour. It's supposed to be blinding. It's supposed to be 50-mile-an-hour winds. I mean, I'm hoping to get a phone call saying, hey, don't even bother coming in because it's too dangerous. It's going to clear up Thursday. It's going to clear up Thursday morning. It'll taper off, they say. It's going to taper off. So let the plows come and do their thing, and then we'll start running Thursday afternoon. That's it. We'll just lose one day. We can't lose one day? No. Oh, why not? And you know what's good also? The good timing about this nor'easter is that Wednesdays is our slowest night. It's our slowest night. So it's not like it's a Friday night or I think Thursday night's a big night too. I'm not really sure, but I know Wednesday is basically Saturday night is really the the smallest night. That's really like a lot of stuff we do on Saturday is early Sunday. Not a lot, but whatever. I know we do some early Sunday stuff Saturday night. So I'm hoping for some good news tonight. I'm not optimistic. I'm hoping, but I'm not optimistic. I'm pretty sure I'll come in and then they'll send me down the road. And there won't be any arrangements for like, hey, Dave, if you think it's going to be bad, just turn around. Oh, Dave, don't worry about it. You're only going to go down once. We're not going to make you do 2 trips. Whatever. There's not going to be any of that talk, that teamwork. We got your back talk. It's not going to happen. All right. Anyway, so just a little bit of the trials and tribulations of truck driving that I wanted to share with you. And there you go. It's not a trucking show. So, it's not even, I can't even tell you it's a sunny day in New York because it's not. It's still nighttime. It's still dark. I'm on my way home and it's freezing out. Here goes another year, another winter. I don't have the right gloves. I never have like the thickest, best gloves. You think after all these years I would know exactly what gloves to buy. I never know what gloves to buy. I just buy whatever. And as soon as they get wet, they're the worst gloves ever because then they're freezing. So, and right now it's pretty cold. I don't know if it's in the teens or it's in the 20s, but it's pretty cold in New York. All right. So anyway, everybody, thank you very much for tuning in to Dumbing It Down with Dave. The podcast I do during my commute, so you can enjoy your commute to and from work in my Kia Rio or my Dodge Caravan. I want to talk to you about something that happened to me September 26th. In the previous show, I had mentioned that I had all these other shows lined up. These are these show ideas. And I didn't really get a chance to sit down on my couple of days, or my one day off, really, and kind of like vet it out and write some notes down and be prepared. Like because I said that I wouldn't, and I did it. But, I wanted to. Of course, I always want to. I always want to prepare for you guys. No disrespect intended. I just can't get it done. Sometimes I'm just too tired or too sick or whatever it is, and I just don't get it done. So I said, you know what? I'll wing it. So let me just bring something to your attention. We'll discuss it. I'll give you plenty of time to comment on it because I'm curious what you think in regards to what I'm about to tell you. I'm curious about your opinion. I have a very strong opinion, of course, because it's something that happened to me. And, of course, you know how sensitive I can be, right? And I want your opinion. Okay. So, I'm going to call him a former friend. If he's listening, he's going to be upset. Maybe. Or maybe go, yeah, I knew that was coming. Or I don't know. But I know he doesn't listen. He doesn't listen. And one of the reasons, the reason he gave me for not listening was because my Trump stuff scares him off. My Trump stuff. Because, guys, I do a lot of Trump stuff, right? Oh, yeah, like every show I do Trump stuff. Okay. So anyway, that's what he said. He's a highly educated, college-educated, very successful in his field. I mean, he's world-renowned and whatever, blah, 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 blah. He's got his own podcast because I helped him. Not because I helped him. He's got his own podcast and I helped him. And the guy was very excited to help him. And he also, the one time I visited his house, I think I spoke about this once before, he referred to me as the worst house guest ever. Whether or not he knows I heard him say that or not, I don't know, but it really hurt my feelings. We didn't discuss it, and that's it. I think our relationship has been tainted ever since because I am the worst house guest ever. Okay, whatever. I know I'm not. I know that he was in a lot of pain at the time. He had severe knee pain or back pain, or one affected the other, and I think it affected his thinking and his emotions and all this other stuff. And I know there's things that he wanted me to do when I visited, and I didn't do them, or I didn't do them with the same gusto that he wanted me to because he didn't know that I was tired. He asked me, "Hey, you coming to visit?" I said, "Yeah, I'm coming to visit." This was after Podcast Movement 17. Oh, you get 2 stories in one now. So after Podcast Movement 2017 in Anaheim, California, I went to visit him. And he goes, "What do you want to do? What do you want?" I go, "Nothing. I want to do nothing. I really would like to do nothing." What I should have said, all right, and I'm taking full responsibility, is I would like to do nothing but relax. And if you could just leave me at the beach in a beach chair, I would like to keep my feet in the sand and or the water. I'm not looking to get a tan. I just want to do nothing. I know that sounds horrible to you, but I just had 3 or 4 days of like running for mayor at Podcast Movement, where I talk to everybody, where I just work my butt off. I really should just go home. I need to detox. I need to debrief. I need to let go. I can't really be involved in other activity right now. I can't. I need to relax. Not just get some sleep. I need to relax. And I didn't say that. I said, I don't want to do anything. There's nothing, because we had a previous friend, a mutual friend. I got to go see the Lakers. It's very important. It's very imperative. Whatever. I don't need to see any sports teams, which was really good for my friend because he couldn't drive. His back was in so much pain, or his knees or whatever, or the both. He couldn't drive. He didn't pick me up in Anaheim. His wife picked me up. And by the way, I was more than willing to take the Amtrak train. Right? I think he was a little upset that I was a little disappointed that I wasn't taking the train. I wanted to take the train. I just wanted to. It was just part of my detox, part of my debrief. I get out of the Podcast Movement. I get in a cab or an Uber. I get a ride or whatever, the shuttle. It doesn't matter. I go over to Amtrak. I get my ticket. I sit in the train. And I just kind of, that's all I wanted to do. And he was like, I thought we were doing you a favor to come get you. I go, no. If your wife is already in the area, then fine, I'll go with her. I just was anticipating taking the train. I was surprised by the fact you were able to offer me a ride because Anaheim is quite north of San Diego. I didn't anticipate getting a ride, and all the time we've talked about it, I was pricing out Amtrak tickets. So it was fine. But I could sense that he was a little like, I'm unappreciative. And then when I got to his place, it was like, all right, so listen, so we have a choice. You can do this Friday night, or just this, all these choices. I'm like, wow, I didn't want to do any of that. I really didn't. And by the way, all the choices were to watch him do comedy improvisation, which I've never seen him do it, but I'm sure he's very good at it. That's what I said to myself. I'm sure he's very good at it. And I'm not really all that excited to see it, only because I've seen very, very professional improv, and that could be very good. It could also not be that good. And I also have my previous life where I was on off-Broadway in a top-notch comedy improvisational theater. And I just wasn't that excited about it. And when he said to me, hey, Friday and Saturday, blah, 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 I'm going to perform at these theaters, I'm going to do this improv, what do you think about that? I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I was like, I didn't say, I don't care about you. That's not the way I meant it. I was like, I don't care, whatever. I didn't need to be entertained. I didn't need any of that. But I didn't make that very clear. I'm taking full responsibility that I didn't say the words, it's fine, I'll go, but I don't really need to be entertained. I really just want to sit on a beach chair or even lay on a towel and just stare into space. I don't know how much time I need. 3 hours, just drop me off, go do your day, I'll call you when I'm ready and you come get me. Or we figure out the Uber situation, or I just take an Uber home. Whatever it is, I just want to do. And by the way, my buddy has a pool in his backyard. He doesn't like to pay for it. He doesn't like to heat it up or run the air. It's like, so he doesn't. I could have sat in his backyard and just sat in the pool, but whatever. It's not really that type of a pool. It's different. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't even think it was that clean. I don't remember now. But there wasn't a lot of excitement about getting the pool going. Which is fine with me. I'd rather just go. I'd never been to a San Diego beach. I just wanted to relax. Anyway, so there you go. That's my buddy. Whether or not we're friends now, I don't know. You know how the definition of friends. I guess once you're friends, you're always friends. But I know there's a little animosity now. Because he said to me, oh, I asked you to come see my improv. You weren't even excited about it. I'm like, oh, you don't know my life. You don't know how exhausted I am all the time. You don't know how I prioritize my life. I gotta drive a truck. I gotta take care of my son. I gotta take care of. So 2017, that's 3 years ago. Yeah. So there was a lot of things happening. My mother was still alive, and I was just busy. So seeing somebody perform on stage, as entertaining as it ended up being, it just wasn't at the top of my list. Wasn't at the bottom, just wasn't at the top. And a good friend, I think, would have said, oh yeah, don't worry about it. During the day, Oh, yeah, I'll drop you off at the beach. No problem. You know, and by the way, I think I got to his house Friday. So it was only Saturday because Sunday I was getting on the plane. So it was just one day. I just wanted to get up early and go to the beach. Just relax and breathe. I had my phone. I put on my spa music and just vegetate. Maybe I just needed 2 hours. And I would have called this. All right, I'm done. I feel good now. I just needed some away time, some downtime. All right, so anyway, I ended up being the worst house guest ever. Oh, by the way, he also bought me this, some sort of crazy steak. Expensive. Like, he unwrapped it and he showed it to me like, oh, look what I got. I'm like, all right, steak. I mean, I've had steak before. I don't eat steak on a regular basis. And I'm not a connoisseur of steak, and I'm not a connoisseur of anything. I like White Castle. I like my oatmeal. I like hot dogs and cheeseburgers. Sandwiches. I don't need to be taken care of in that way. But he thought it was a big deal. I was like, oh, thank you. Steak, all right. I guess they have steak on the West Coast. I don't know what to say. What was I supposed to fake it? Like, oh, wow. Oh, my God. You know, I'm so poor, and on the East Coast, we don't have steak. But I see how you just unwrapped it in front of, like you presented, like, oh, wow. Hey, are you wearing boots? Because I love to lick them right now. A little appetizer before I eat the steak. So it just wasn't that exciting. He doesn't know anything about me, apparently. Okay. So, anyway, this guy has a brother who, for whatever reason, has my cell phone number. I know the reason. It's no big deal. Once upon a time, he lived in Manhattan, and I met him, and the brother. I've known the brother, but I'm not friends with him. You know, he's younger. He's one of the, I'm friends with the older brother, and I'm not friends with the two younger brothers because they're younger. We just didn't hang out. Have nothing in common. Whatever. But the youngest one has my phone number, my cell phone number. And we never communicate. Not at all. We never communicate. No reason to. No reason to at all. Although during the 2016 elections, I wanted to actually find it and talk about it, but this brother and his wife said some very negative things during the 2016 election. Not so much about Trump, although, yeah, I'm sure they did. I remember them saying some negative things about the children of the South. How they made some negative comment, and I don't want to even say what they said, but it was negative about the children. They didn't wish them well. They wished negativity on the children of the South because of the mistake that they felt that their parents were making by supporting and voting for Donald Trump. And I was like, wait a minute, aren't you guys teachers? Well, he's a teacher. She's, I don't know what she is, a health person, whatever, I don't know. But they were just putting it out there right there on Facebook. Oh, yeah, we hope the children of the South get what they deserve because of the parents voting or supporting Donald Trump. What idiots. And the kids deserve everything. Oh, yeah, because of Betsy DeVos. They were upset about Betsy DeVos. So the children get everything they deserve. I'm like, hey, what's with the attacking the kids? You're attacking the kids of the South? Really? You're an adult. You're a teacher. Maybe I should copy and paste this and send this to your principal? Send this to your superintendent? You think they'd be appreciative to see the hate that you have in your heart? The kids. Why would you wish them bad? Because the parents are voting for Donald Trump? It's called freedom of choice. Oh, but they're making a big mistake. All right, but don't wish poorly on the kids. So I wanted to find it for you folks. I'm sorry. But that's not really the essence of this episode. The essence of this episode is something totally different. Totally different. Same, but different. Okay, so on September 26th, so by the way, now all three brothers fancy themselves as comedy improvisation impresarios or whatever you want to call it. Like they all feel like they're funny. I'm not saying they're not. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there's a lot of people, and I've met them, I've known them, I've avoided them, but there's a lot of people who think because they go to a school or because they perform on a regular basis or if they've done a million open mics, comedy improvisation open mics, that they're improvisers. They think they know all the rules about improvisation. They go to these competitive improvisational meetups or whatever the competitions, and they get scored on, and who knows what the scoring is based on. And if they do well enough, or if they get the highest score, they win, or they come in first or second, whatever, and they feel good about themselves, and then they go telling everybody, and next thing you know, they go, oh yeah, I won the sports improv competition. I came in second out of 5 teams. My team was really good. Whatever. When you make a competition out of comedy, is it really comedy anymore? Is that really competition? Subjective scoring? Oh, they were funnier. Oh, they were funny. Whatever. So anyway, I never was into all that. Making improvisation into a competition. I don't need it. I don't want it. I had enough time, difficult time just doing it, with people watching. I didn't need it to be a competition. Whatever. Okay. So these brothers, they fancy themselves very funny. I know they also fancy themselves very elite, very college-educated elite. I think that a lot of that comes from their dad, too. It's like, oh, we're better than the rest and whatever. And I had a negative experience with the father the last time I saw it. He looked at me, and I made a special effort to be standing in a certain spot during a special celebration. He looked at me, he made an ugly face, and he walked right past me. This is a senior citizen. This is an adult male. Saw me. I made a special effort. By the way, it was my birthday. It was like about the time of my birthday. I think it was 2017 or 18. And the guy looked at me, walked into this restaurant. It was supposed to be an anniversary celebration for him and his wife, my friend's mom and dad. And the guy looks at me. He makes a really hideous face, and he walks right past me. Doesn't shake my hand, doesn't say hello, never apologized, just really douchey. I didn't know he had anything against me. I guess my friend would probably say, I don't even think my father recognized you. Well, yeah, but you did verbally introduce me. You said, hey, Dad, look who's here, Dave Canyon. And he looked at me and went, ugh. And he walked past me. What a douche. I don't care who hears that. What a douche he was. That's a douchey thing to do. You say, hi, Dave. What are you doing here? Oh, I'm here to say hello because it's your anniversary. Oh, wow, you're staying? No, I can't stay, but thanks anyway. That's the interchange. That's how it should have went. It's not the way it went at all. Anyway, let me get my glasses on. I don't want to run out of time. Where is it?
Time is running out.
I know.
Don't go over.
I won't.
It disrupts everything.
I know.
How much time do you have left?
7 minutes.
Are you wearing your glasses?
I just did. I just put them on. I just said I put them on. Okay, thank you. So anyway, so let's get to the point of the show. I was glad I was able to tell you that other stuff. I might have already told that story. But for those of you who are new to the show, now you hear it again. These are the events in my life that shape me. You go, why is Dave like that? Because I go into these events neutral. Like, I go visit friends in San Diego. I make special attempts to be standing in a certain spot in a restaurant when the parents walk in so they can go, oh, look who's here. And they're happy to see me. I say, hey, congratulations. Here's a hug. Here's to another 50 years. No, I get the, ugh. What a douche. I should have spit on him. I should have yelled at you effing a-hole. I should have lashed. I should have told my buddy, listen, do me a favor. Don't call me after this is over. I'm walking around Manhattan and I'm going home. It was in Manhattan, by the way. I was angry. I was upset. I was like, why did I just get the ugly face? All right, that's not what the show's about. Anyway. So the brother, the youngest brother, fancies himself some sort of comedy improv. They all do. They all think they're funny. Okay, I'm not saying they're not. They all think they're funny. So the younger one starts some sort of YouTube channel. September 26th, I get a message. 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Saturday. It's a Saturday. I get a link. Now, check this out. This is how it went down. I didn't get a link on Facebook Messenger. I didn't get a link sent to me via email. No. I didn't get tagged in a video. No. This is why I'm bringing this up, because I think this is wrong, and I'm curious what your opinion is. As far as I'm concerned, okay, I got sent a message via text, via my cell phone number. Now, understand this. I'm looking at the thread right now. Other than this brother, younger brother, sending me links to his 2 comedy, improv, whatever they are, videos, I have no conversation with this kid. None. Okay, so you know somebody, but you never talk to them. You have the cell phone number for whatever reason, but you have no conversation currently going on right now. You have nothing going on. So let me ask you something, folks. Pragmatism, truth, happiness, and the search for it all. What is the protocol when you reach out to somebody? By the way, and you're reaching out to them via cell phone text. Cell phone text. My private phone. My private cell phone. What's the protocol? I'm going to tell you what I think the protocol is. Hello, Dave. How are you? It's been a long time. We haven't spoken. I hope all is well. See? That's called, in business communication, that's called a buffer. It's called a buffer. You create a buffer. You build a bridge between you and the person who's receiving the message. That's proper. It's old school. It's also, I was going to say something derogatory. It's old school. It's not dumb school. It's old school. It's not selfish idiot school. It's old school. You create a buffer. Hey, I was just thinking of you, and I created something. I wanted to share with you. I hope you don't mind. Oh, you hope I don't mind. Oh, well, that's courteous of you. Thank you. No, I didn't get that. Let me tell you what I got. Let me tell you what I got that wasn't old school. All right? Let me tell you what I got that I thought was rude as hell. All right? I got a message where the guy types my name, right, with 4 exclamation points at the end. That's it. Canyon. 4 exclamation points and a link to his YouTube video. And I immediately was like, wow, that's out of the blue. I wonder if he cares how I'm doing. And I wonder why he hasn't been listening to any of my podcasts or YouTube channels. And why does he think it's okay to spam? As far as I'm concerned, folks, that's the word I've been holding back on. Why does he think it's okay to spam my cell phone number? And do you agree? Do you agree that he spammed me? Because not only did he spell my name, Canyon, 4 exclamation points, and a link to his video, he sends me another one a month later. Check this out. I compare the Hasidic to the Amish. That's his comedy premise. That's fine. I don't care. I'm not belittling it. But that's what he wrote. Check this out. I compare the Hasidic to the Amish. Oh, yeah, well, that's, because that's never been done before. It's a brilliant premise. Yeah. So I got a minute left. And I think that's spam. And that really pissed me off. But I didn't respond to it. I didn't say, hey, moron. How about saying, how are you? How's things? Haven't spoken in a long time. How's the East Coast? Oh, one other thing. You think maybe when you take my name, right, and you put 4 exclamation points after it, maybe you could take the time to spell it correctly? Huh? Because, I had at that time about 240 and 250 podcasts with my name all over it. My name is all over Facebook. I know you've seen my name on Facebook. I know. Because you've criticized my show before because of my mentions of Trump. That's, folks, I'm curious what your opinion is. I think that's spam. I think that's wrong. I think that's insensitive. I think it's selfish. I think it's just disgusting. And it upset me. I'm over it now. I'm curious what you think. Thank you for listening to this episode of Dumbing It Down with Dave. Goodbye. Good day. Good night. Good luck. Good riddance. Good rats. Godspeed. and great skills. Take care. Leave your comments. I want to hear them.